How is it going, ladies and gentlemen? I have been waiting. I've just been itching to get into this video. Now, I have seen the trailer and I have one thing to say. Oh my god! That looks good! That looks really good. Now, I know you're going to hear that from a lot of people because obviously you're building up the hype train and all that, but I'm genuinely being serious. It looks really good. From just the trailer alone and just the vibe I'm getting and the way it's being set up. This is what I like. The tagline of acquaintances. I like that. It's such a powerful line, and we start paying off the predictions that many of us, myself included, have had for a long time. So I said that Kyler was either going to introduce a third faction or he was going to come back in Season 3 in a big way. He's now going to be taking part of Cobra Kai, which adds to Eli's character and development, because obviously Eli was tortured by him pretty much. So I think we can safely assume the one person that Hawk absolutely goes ballistic on, you know, when he has the blood on his knuckles and he's going absolutely berserk, I think we can safely assume that's Kyler, and Hawk's giving him the beating of his life. Now, as far as where Kyler goes from that, I'm not too sure. I'm looking forward to it, though. I doubt they'd bring him in just to sort of shoehorn him off and then get rid of him. So I think we'll see a lot of him this season. And I honestly thought in Season 1 they were going to turn him into one of the fighters. But they clearly didn't go that route, but they're going it now. And I'm excited to see what they do with that. So we can probably assume that Hawk is going to give him the beat down, you know, with the bruised knuckles and the bloodied up fist. And Amanda LaRusso's even getting some in. She went to the dojo, goes and smacks Kreese up, and oh, it's just everything. Like, this is just the brilliant thing about this is just dealing with the fallout from Season 2. And the best part of the trailer for me was Johnny and Daniel just teaming up and kicking ass at the same time. The same time they do their kick, Johnny sweeps the leg and Daniel just slams him straight in the face. It's the stuff I've been wanting from these two ever since that first car drive in Season 1. One of the things that I'm looking forward to so much is the bond being furthered between Miguel and Johnny, and the fact that we're not wasting any time, you know, being overly dramatic about it. It was a crazy event, but the bond is still strong between Miguel and Johnny. Miguel, it's such a great moment. Miguel climbs out the bed, he drops, and Johnny just goes, oh shit. A bit like, it reminds me of in Season 1 when he's playing with the computer and he's like, oh shit. You know, and he's just like, oh, at least you felt like a champ. It's that kind of stuff that it makes me love those two. I really just love the bond between Johnny and Miguel. It's so pure, brilliant, part of the show. Now, I want to talk about Robby and why I feel like seeing Kreese in this trailer, for me, sets up this one little story arc. Now, you remember in Karate Kid 3 how Daniel wants to be trained by Miyagi. Miyagi says no, and Daniel goes and seeks alternative training, and then Terry Silver then provides it. I'm thinking Robby's going to go a similar route, and I think Robby is going to have some kind of training with Kreese, some kind of training, and some kind of way of changing his approach. Because if you look in the trailer at the start, it looks like Robby gets his ass handed to him for sticking up for himself. But then later on in the trailer, where Robby's against the floor, to me it would communicate that he's got a very sadistic smile on his face, like he's just dealt no mercy to someone. I feel like what Daniel did in the third film to the guy where he broke his nose in the club, I feel like Robby's going to do something a bit more worse than that. And it's going to be something probably permanent damage or anything like that. And I'm just excited to see what they do with Robby. I really hope they don't kill him off. He's probably the one in the most danger at this present time in terms of what the character situations. So I really hope they don't kill him off. Please don't. But if I was to say that we would lose a character this season, because I know there's been a lot of speculation about it, I'm going to throw these names out there. Daniel's mum and Sid. I think those two are the most likely to pass on. And usually in the third act of trilogies, an older mentor sort of passes away. Sort of like how Yoda does in Return of the Jedi. It's that kind of formula. I feel like one of the old mentors is going to pass away. And, you know, Sid may not have long left, and he gives everything to Johnny kind of thing. And then Johnny takes that and uses it and, you know, betters his life and stuff for Miguel and everyone. Gets them out of those little crummy apartments. But I feel like there's going to be some emotional weight there this season. And shout out to my boy Demetri for basically tackling Eli straight down to the grass. Someone commented it, and I could not agree more. Just imagine we get to the new tournament, and you're the best around starts playing, and it's just Demetri going through every single Cobra Kai, one after the other. I honest to God feel like, I did a video on it, Demetri is in beast mode. There's something about him. I honest to God feel like he's being primed for a badass arc. And as I've said, with Miguel trying to fix himself after all the damage, it's just going to be a very emotional journey for him. And Robby being inside, that's the two main characters taken off of the center stage. They're still in the center stage and that we care for them and we want to see where they go. But in terms of outside of that, the dojo leaders, you're going to see TORY, Sam, Hawk, Demetri. You're going to see these guys take center stage, and potentially even Kyler. You're going to see all these people take center stage. And as I said in the Kyler video, one thing I'm interested in, because we didn't see Kyler in the school fight, I'm very interested to hear what his thoughts are on the school brawl and what I feel like he might do. Because the look on Eli's face in the trailer, that wasn't Hawk's face, that was Eli's face. It was the look of Eli looking at his former tormentor. So I see it as maybe Kyler tormenting him, saying, hey, your best friend got booted over a staircase. I guess the karate worked out for him. Something like that. He's going to antagonize him. And then he's going to end up on the floor pretty much in a body bag. And one good spot is that the Cobra Kai dojo now has weapons. When we see Daniel and Chozen fighting, Chozen slams a blade into the floor. So I feel like... And then Sam and Daniel are training with the bow staffs. So I feel like you're going to see even more of that this season. You're going to see a lot more fighting, not just with hands, but you're going to see a lot more fighting with weapons being incorporated. You're going to see a whole range of different kinds of fighting being elevated to the next level. Now, arguably, I really want to just jump straight into Robby's episodes first. Him and Miguel. I want to get straight to those two. And here's how I think Season 3 is going to open up. Episode 1, I'm not sure what the name's going to be called. It'll be something like Season 3, Episode 1, Jailbroken. It's going to open up with a retelling of the school brawl. It's going to open up with a montage of the fight, like a quick snapshot. So like bang, 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 and then boom, Robby wakes up. Robby's going to wake up inside the cell, and then you're going to just see his day-to-day life. And I'm telling you, it gives me Oliver Queen vibes from Season 7. Again, I don't know if any of you have seen that show, but in Season 7 of Arrow, when Oliver wakes up, he's in the prison, and within 5 minutes, you just follow his day-to-day schedule, and it's literally him keeping his head down and trying to avoid trouble. Because at the end of the day, he's not locked in there with them. They're locked in there with him. And it's the same way in this case. Robby could probably handle every single one of them with ease. But the problem is he doesn't want to make waves, and they have the numbers. And he can't keep fighting every single day. So I feel like where this will pay into Kreese is Kreese is going to do something that allows him to deal with the problem, potentially permanently. And I don't even think it might be even him that does it. He'll just know that it happens. Now, as far as... I want to continue on with Demetri a little bit. It feels like Demetri's going to have a bit more of a presence this season, and I feel like Daniel and Johnny's coming together is exactly what we all needed to bring the dojos together. But in order to do that, and this is why I said it, is a third faction on the cards. Because at the end of the day, the damage that's been done between these two dojos, for me, it wouldn't... I know this is a TV show, but this TV show is very grounded in reality, if you think about it. It's got a lot of real-world kind of inspired consequences. So it wouldn't realistically make a lot of sense if all of a sudden Robby and Miguel were just best buddies and everyone got along hunky-dory. It wouldn't work like that. If it was any other kind of movie, like a Star Wars or a Doctor Who or something like that, then your Transformers, you could forgive it because it's got that level of fiction to it. But because, you know, this is kind of more grounded in what could happen in the real world, with exceptions, say with exceptions, I do feel like they're going to take their time with it. And that's what I've loved about this show, is the seeds that were planted in season 1 were paid off in season 2. And it took us time to get there. It took us time to really get to that moment. And when we did, it was a sucker punch. Miguel was booted over the staircase. Robby was presumably taken inside. Sam was beaten up. TORY was beaten up. The whole school was in a complete disarray kind of thing. And what's even more interesting is the shot of Sam walking into the school. There's security there now. Obviously, this is the measures that they've taken to prevent this from happening again. So it's going to be interesting to see how the public, you know, not just how Kyler sees it, because obviously we didn't see his reaction to it, but how the public have seen it, how the parents of these students see it, and how the school sees it. And these measures are going to be taken seriously now, because these two dojos, they aren't showing signs of slowing down. Now, whether Daniel keeps training Miyagi-Do or not, I don't know. But even if he doesn't keep training them, Demetri, Kreese, and the other guys, they've got enough training, and they've got Sam, so they might train themselves. They might take matters into their own hands and just keep the training going by themselves, because at the end of the day, if they stop, Cobra Kai runs the whole thing. No one can stop them. And the problem is Robby is their best fighter. You know, Sam is awesome, for sure. But for me, and I think many others, Robby is Miyagi-Do's best fighter. He is now out of the equation. So their power rankings have dipped massively. And I feel like the team that Kyler chooses to join could really tip the scales in that kind of favor. So yeah, that kind of just leaves Sam, TORY, and Hawk as the three sort of, you know, best fighters besides Robby and Miguel. I haven't included Demetri in that yet because, you know, it's still early days for him. I feel like as season 3 goes along, we're going to see him a lot more. But I feel like at the current stage, Demetri couldn't take on Robby or Miguel, or, you know, he couldn't. But I feel like with season 3's progression, 100%. But I'm just really looking forward to this. I've seen the trailer about maybe 10 times. I was constantly watching it at work instead of actually doing my job. I was just watching it just constantly because I was being sucked in. And we are not far away now, folks. We are 21 plus days away from the whole season. And I will be doing in-depth analysis of each and every single episode. And I'll be doing a season review of the whole thing. Now, comment down below and let me know if you guys would like to see me actually react to the episodes. And because I don't have like a lot of time nowadays, my preferred choice, like how I do it with things like The Mandalorian and stuff, is I watch the week's episode and I take my time to dissect the episode and digest the information. But unfortunately, right now, I don't really have too much time on my hands. You know, with all these drama school applications coming up, I really got to focus on that as well. So that just trying to just juggle that with the work life and this, and just, you know, keeping up to date with hobbies and stuff, and be sane in the world that is now. But yeah, I might do that, or what I might do is I'll record myself reacting to all the episodes, and then I'll just edit them down and release them weekly. I'll release the episodes weekly, so I'll release episode 1 the first week, episode 2 the second week, episode 3 the third week, and so forth. Comment down below and let me know if you guys would like me to do that. And I'm also going to be doing more live streaming in future. I used to do it quite regularly here on the channel, but I'm going to be doing it a lot more now, just so I can engage with you guys a bit more, and that way it feels a bit more personal. And, you know, you can ask me questions, you can know me, you can, you know, see what I'm all about, and then I can get to know you guys, and it's just more of a cyber sharing experience for all of us. But anyway, this trailer was absolutely awesome. I loved every single minute of it, and my boy Chozen is back. Now, I just want to say, I know my channel name is The Chosen One, but that takes inspiration from Harry Potter and Anakin Skywalker and probably Neo. However, I think what also works here is Chosen. If I convert the S to a Z, then it can also apply to Chozen also. I'm extremely happy that, yes, he's back, so is Yumiko. pretty much every single character that we've wanted to return has returned now. We've got, you know, Kreese, tick. We've got Ali coming in. She's going to be in season 3. You know, we haven't seen her, but she's definitely in there. Tick. Chozen, tick. Yumiko, tick. Realistically, the only ones we're missing is probably Julie and Mike and Silver. Other than that, I'd say we have everybody. So I think get those two, but I think those two are going to come right at the end of the season. Right at the end. And if they go the route I'm thinking, is that Terry Silver might have something to do with Robby's release, and Robby might go and train with Kreese and Silver. And I really hope not. I really do hope that Johnny and Robby actually come together this season. I know Johnny's going to be spending a lot of time with Miguel, because he's going to feel guilty about everything that happened. But at the same time, Robby is his flesh and blood, and at the end of season 2, there was a moment where these two actually started to bond. It was when they were in the car, and then Johnny was talking about a trapper keeper, and Robby's like, I don't know what that is. But he says, you know, thanks for driving me, Dad. You know, he calls him Dad. You know, it's that one line that gets me every time, because it's just, you know, what when you rewatch it, you know what's coming. But it's so beautifully done, where he just says, you know, thanks for driving me, Dad. And there's just a little moment, a little quiet moment. Not much soundtrack, not much noise. You're letting the performances shine through, and you're letting us actually feel it and engage with it. And I feel like now is as good a time as any to really solidify the bond between not just Miguel and Johnny, but Robby and Johnny. I think now is the time to really build that bridge. And look, I know we all love Miguel, we all do, and I'm so excited to see him, you know, like the video I did, Miggy Rises. He is in the Dark Knight Rises mode. That's what he's in, 100%. However, with Robby, he's got no one. He's got no one else. No one. So I really feel like we can't just leave Robby to the wayside. And Miguel's in critical condition, and he's going to be paralyzed for a good chunk of the season. But as I've said in previous videos, Miguel will walk again at the most crucial moment. He may not walk for long, but he will be able to physically do something that will save the day. Something is going to happen right at the end of season 3, and Miguel is going to save the day. It's going to be like a big sort of Hollywood moment. You're going to see him slowly struggle out of the wheelchair, slowly get to his feet, and then all of a sudden he's just going to like drop kick Kreese through a window or something. Something like that. But, you know, I'm really excited to see where they go with these characters. I'm excited to see how they incorporate Kyla into the whole thing. That angle just interests me so much. As far as TORY, I haven't really spoke about her. I feel like we might get some backstory on her. We might learn a little bit more about her. I'm looking forward to that. TORY is, she's bad to the bone. I'm looking forward to that a lot. As far as Carmen, I'm not too sure. I suppose she'll just be at Miguel's side for most of the thing, you know, just doing what the mother would do in that situation. And Kreese is just, you know, this guy, man. The scene in season 2 when him and Johnny are sat down in the homeless place, the hostel. I think Kreese was telling the truth. He wanted to re-enlist, he wanted to get himself back up, and he couldn't get it to work. I believe he is telling the truth there. But underneath that facade is his true intention of usurping Cobra Kai back, and he's not just going to make Cobra Kai more dangerous, he's going to make all the kids more dangerous as well. The way Hawk is punching in the trailer, it tells me, I mean, I think it's Kyla, but the way that he's going unhinged, it feels like Kreese is taking Hawk as the prime example for manipulation. And what I feel like Kreese is going to do is, you know, in the original, how, you know, an enemy deserves no mercy. What is the problem, Mr. Lawrence? It's going to be Hawk looking straight at Kyla. And Kreese is going to go, what's the problem, Hawk? And then, you know, Hawk's going to reveal to Kreese the story between him and Kyla. And Kreese is going to purposefully put them two in the ring against each other, or against each other in ways where they have to physically fight. And what's brilliant about this scheme is it's going to make Hawk even worse. And off the back of season 2,
Hawk did a lot of bad shit, you know. He did a lot of bad stuff. Stealing the Medal of Honor, trashing the dojo, constantly just trashing Demetri, even though he's trying to reach out. You know, I mean, Demetri can put himself in sometimes, but at the end of the day, he's trying to reach out. And then, you know, he suffers from Demetri by getting booted into a trophy case. So Hawk has a point to prove this season. And I feel like the most dangerous fighter this season is going to be Hawk. He will be the most dangerous and relentless. Just off the trailer alone, I think he's going to be the one to watch in terms of how he deals with people, how he finishes them off. And he's going to have no qualms about getting rid of people. Because he's seen what it's done to his best friend. His best friend got sent over a staircase. That's going to affect him huge. So I honest to God feel like he will be the most dangerous fighter this season. But anyway, guys and girls, I'm rambling. I've got lots of videos probably lined up over the next few days just to dissect it a little bit more, talk a little bit about it. But comment down below, let me know what your thoughts are. I'd love to get a conversation and a dialogue going down there, because at the end of the day, as I always say, the conversation starts here but carries on down there. And without you guys, I couldn't do this at all. So I really appreciate you. But yeah, oh man, I need to go and watch that trailer again. I gotta say, Cobra Kai's trailers have been absolutely fantastic. From the first one where it's like, you and I, we aren't done. And then, you know, fast forward to Cruel Summer, and then fast forward to this one. You know, it's brilliant. And we are not far away now, guys. We're so close. Oh, we're so close. And then we're going to binge it, and then we got to wait a whole nother, like, year for the next. But, yeah, guys and girls, comment down below and let me know. And, yeah, are you Team Miyagi-Do or are you Team Cobra Kai? Comment down below. Let me know who are your top 5 fighters in the... top 5 fighters in the show. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to this season. It's going to be great! See you on another video soon, folks. And remember, defeat does not exist in this dojo, does it?